Hey guys, Marsing here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so earlier today, unfortunately, while I was asleep, because apparently Dokkan hates the UK time zone and EU, shout out to my boys out there. They hate us when it comes to the time of big news reveals. They usually are at 3 or 4 a.m. In my time. So had I known that something like this was going to come out, I would have got up early to cover it straight away. Now, I'm sure you guys have probably at this point seen videos from other people covering it as soon as it came out. When I did eventually wake up and do my early stream, which was 3 hours after the reveals, we did watch the videos on the stream, both the Dokkan one and the JP one, including the JP having the Potara rap for Goku Black and Zamasu and VEGITO. Very cool. It seems hilarious to me that I guess going forward now that's the worldwide celebration tradition where we're going to have a rap to debut the thing. I think that's great, but yeah, very good. So let me know which one of the raps you like more, the cooler rap or the Potara rap. But the important thing to take away is that we now know who the part 1 LRs are going to be. So I don't like doing fake reactions. So, you know, like I said, this announcement is old. We watched it on the stream. So I'm not going to do some like pretend, you know, cooked up reaction where I make pog faces while watching the video and stuff like that. So you guys have seen the reveals by now, I'm sure. Like I said, some of you guys probably watched them on stream with me earlier this morning, but I wanted to talk about the units a bit more, and obviously some of the big questions that people have, you know, which one is going to be the Dokkan Fest, which one is going to be the Carnival, are they actually even going to do that again? It could just be double Dokkan Fest LRs, which I would be kind of disappointed if that is the case. And then what leader skills will we see from them? So just to go over a couple of the details, like I said, I'm sure you guys have probably seen this all by now anyway, but we know now for a fact that the first unit is a Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta that are going to fuse into VEGITO Blue. So I saw some people confused in the comments in the stream. So what this is going to be is it's not going to be an active skill like the LR Gods, where VEGITO just appears in the active skill and then they go back to being Goku and Vegeta. They fuse into VEGITO Blue. So like the LR Super Saiyan 4s, or like the STR VEGITO from the Worldwide Celebration, or Tech Gogeta from the Tanabata a couple of years ago. It's Goku and Vegeta. You will use an active skill and then they fuse into VEGITO Blue. Now, the crazy thing about this, which, I mean, loads of people have mentioned already, I'm so hyped for this. So, you can see in the art that VEGITO has double spirit swords, which is not a thing that happens during his appearance in the fight against Zamasu in the future arc. And we can see, I've stopped it here on purpose, part of the animation of Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan VEGITO is a Dokkan original. And they mentioned this in the video, that it's not only part of his art, but his animation. So I've seen people being a little bit concerned, because sometimes when Dokkan does Dokkan original animations, they're either really good or they can be a bit clunky. But thinking back to like Tech, Goku and Gohan from last year's Golden Week, and their animations I think are really, really good, especially the active skill. I am insanely hyped for this, because the fact that they have not only created a Dokkan original animation of VEGITO Blue using the double spirit sword, but they obviously are proud enough of it that it's part of the card art, and they are promoting it in this video by mentioning that it's got a Dokkan original animation and card art. So I am expecting this to go absolutely crazy. Like, this animation will go so hard. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like most people's new favorite animation in the game, but obviously we'll have to wait to see that. As long as they're not dumb and spoil everything in a data download, we probably won't get a data download with the actual characters in it until Sunday, which is, hopefully they won't drop it until after the live stream, right? So when they reveal the animations and probably more of the kit on the live stream on Sunday, well, I think it's late Saturday evening for if you're in the US, it's very early Sunday morning for me. That's where we should see the animations for the first time. So very, very hyped about this. I've said before in the lead up to this, I'm not one of those like massive VEGITO fanboys that was going to throw a fit if VEGITO wasn't involved in the celebration, but this sort of stuff is always hype. Dokkan obviously puts a lot of stock in fusions, and they put a lot of effort into their cards and everything, so I am definitely very excited for this. Plus, you know, the fact that we've still got a while to wait, and trust me, once we get to November, that's all I'll be talking about on my channel. But when Heroes comes out this year, one of the big things that people are expecting to see after getting the Goku and Vegeta Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s last year is a Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO. The topic comes up every year, right, of everybody wanting Heroes to finally get their first LR. But just imagine if it finally happened this year and we got an LR Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO not long after this guy coming out. And if he's anything like the normal Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO, he was never restricted to only being good on a Heroes team. So running those two together would be pretty insane as well. But anyway, that's the first unit, and then the second unit is the Fusion Zamasu. Now, the unfortunate thing straight away is that this guy is called Fusion Zamasu. So even though we all call him like Corrupted or, you know, the big purple Guan boy, he has the same name as the Int LR, which is a little bit disappointing. Obviously, we want the Int LR to make a bit of a comeback now that he's going to get new, stronger 200% teams and stronger allies, but they do have the same name. So I imagine that Int LR Fusion Zamasu is going to become a good like third slot unit on this team, but is a little bit disappointing that they do have the same name. But Fusion Zamasu is called Infinite Sanctuary Fusion Zamasu, and he has the new mechanic that we've heard about, which is the Dokkan Field, although in the translation it's Domain, which is hilarious because it just makes me think of Domain expansion from Jujutsu Kaisen. But yeah, he becomes the Infinite Zamasu, or Sky Zamasu, as many people like to call him. So very interesting to see what this is going to be, because remember, we only know a very little bit of information about the Dokkan Field mechanic. We still don't know exactly what it's going to be and how it's going to work, so very much looking forward to seeing this. I imagine it's going to be like some kind of giant form type thing, right? Because the card's going to transform into this at some point, which is very interesting. I saw someone make a great joke on Twitter that Dokkan now has a playable Sky and still not a playable Beast Gohan, which is kind of funny because it is true. But yeah, very much looking forward to seeing what this guy is going to be able to do, what the special abilities of this Dokkan Field are. And yeah, obviously very hyped to see the animations. The anniversary kicks off on the worldwide celebration kicks off on Friday. We got teasers in the news today about some of the events that are going to be dropping. I made a video about that already, so check it out if you missed it. But yeah, let's jump into looking at some predictions for which unit could be the Carnival, which unit could be the Dokkan Fest, and what their leader skills could potentially be. Okay, so let's start off by talking about Zamasu. I know a lot of people are expecting Zamasu to be the Dokkan Fest LR if they do go by the same format as last year, where we get one Dokkan Fest and one Carnival. There's a bunch of different reasons, but honestly, I could see it going either way. A big thing, as I said, is he has a new mechanic, which usually Dokkan Fest exclusives are the ones that introduce new mechanics, but at the same time, Carnival LRs are still new in a certain degree, right? They literally debuted 1 year ago, so it's kind of hard to say like Carnival LRs never introduced new mechanics because we've only had a couple of Carnival LRs, right? So I think it still could go either way, but we'll talk about what potential categories we could see as a leader skill, and then some of the things. I wanted to go into some of the medals because I've seen some people bringing that up as well, discussing about, you know, whether that will have any effect on which one will be the Dokkan Fest and which one will be the Carnival LR. So the one that comes to mind for me straight away when I look at this new Zamasu is Worldwide Chaos, because he transforms into the sky, Zamasu, that like essentially is him taking over the world, right? Like in the JP video, they actually show an extra bit of the art where the Zamasu aura like envelops the entire planet, which we didn't actually see that part in the Dokkan one that they posted. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go watch the video on the JP Twitter. Most of it is the same. It's basically Omatsu talking about all the stuff instead of Koto, but when they show the Zamasu art, they show that little bit extra that wasn't shown on the global one. So Worldwide Chaos, I could definitely see him being a leader skill involved for him. Now, if he was a Dokkan Fest or a Carnival, obviously Carnival 200% Worldwide Chaos means we get a 200% leader for all of the Goku Blacks and Zamasus, which is obviously what we really want to see, right? That is the main thing I want to see out of this new Zamasu, is a 200% leader skill for all the Goku Black and Zamasu units. Now, if it is Worldwide Chaos as the 200%, if he's a Carnival LR, that does also incorporate every Boo unit Apart from Fat Boo, I think. Yeah, just no Fat Boo. So it means Kid Boo, Boo Han, all the Super Boos, including LR Super Boo, they all get their 200% leader skill. And then Cell, every version of Cell is on here. Now, whilst those units aren't all going to be like 6 or 7 link partners for each other, a lot of links are shared across the Cells, Boos, and then Goku Blacks and Zamasus, especially including things like Big Bad Bosses, which is one of the most important links for villain characters to have. So I think Worldwide Chaos being part of his leader skill would be really important. The tech androids are the only 170 lead for that category at the moment. So it being part of one of his 170s as a Dokkan Fest or being his 200% as a Carnival LR, I think would be very, very good. Then we have Realm of Gods. Now, this is an interesting one for Zamasu because obviously the extreme side of Realm of Gods is literally just Goku Black and Zamasu's. And then we have some heroes characters, right? Like Demigra, Corrupted Supreme Kai of Time, Meki Kabura. So Realm of Gods is a very, very small category. I don't know if I would see it in terms of extreme. I don't know if I could see if he was a Carnival LR, him having a 200% leader skill for Realm of Gods. I mean, obviously it would cover all the Goku Black and Zamasu's, but I don't know. It feels like a bit of a weird choice if it was only one category. I could see if he's going to be a Dokkan Fest exclusive, the Realm of Gods being his extra 30%, so that we make sure that all of the Goku Black and Zamasu's are fully covered by the full 200% leader skill, especially if Worldwide Chaos is going to be one of the 130s. Now, he could have the 170, right? The AGL Zamasu is a Realm of Gods lead, but I feel like him and the Tech Trunks are like a shoe-in to get an easy A during this celebration. So we don't really need another 170 Realm of Gods lead, especially another one that is a Zamasu. So I feel like if this guy's going to have Realm of Gods involved in his leader skill, it's going to be as the plus 30% if he is a Dokkan Fest exclusive, right? So then we have Future Saga. Now, obviously, Future Saga is the big one, right? The big theme of the entire celebration. I wouldn't be surprised to some degree if whichever one is the Dokkan Fest, they have Future Saga as one of their 170 leader skills, right? Because then all of the units coming out during the celebration will all be usable on the team of the unit that is the Dokkan Fest exclusive. Now, when it comes to the possibilities of the Carnival LR, I guess Future Saga would be a decent choice for him, right? He's the main antagonist of the Future Saga. The end of the arc is him fighting everyone and then becoming the Sky. So I could see that as being the 200%. The category is not big and overpowered enough that I feel like a 200% would be too much. Because remember, with the Carnival LRs that we've had so far, the 200% leader skills, I think Turtle School is probably the best one. The other ones have all been somewhat smaller, limited categories. But I think Future Saga would definitely fit in that thing. Now, remember when we got the Part 1 LRs last year, Part 1 was Powerful Comeback for Goku, which was a very small, restricted team. Whereas if this one was Future Saga, it would incorporate all the units, including the Goku and Vegeta that fuse into VEGITO, right? So I think this one is a good choice for one of his 170s potentially. Good choice for the Carnival. And then, of course, if he is a Dokkan Fest exclusive, it could be one of the options for his 30%. Especially, as we've already mentioned, if Worldwide Chaos is going to be one of his 170s, then Future Saga allows him to give all the Goku Black and Zamasu's the 200% leader skill, as well as like the future androids that are on this category that are also on Worldwide Chaos would be getting the 200% leader skill from him as well. So I definitely could see Future Saga being part of his leader skill in some way or another. And then last but not least, we have Battle of Fate. Now, obviously, only Fusion Zamasu is on Battle of Fate. So if he was going to have this leader skill, ideally this needs to be his plus 30% if he's a 170 lead, or one of his plus 30s. But if he's going to be the Dokkan Fest exclusive, and this is one of his plus 30%, he needs to have another one. Because otherwise he won't be giving all the Goku Black and Zamasu units a 200%, and that's not what we want out of this guy. So I could see him having Battle of Fate as another 170. Imagine if he had Worldwide Chaos and Battle of Fate as his two 170s. Worldwide Chaos gives us every Boo, well, most Boos, every Cell, every Goku Black and Zamasu, and then Extreme Side of Battle of Fate gives us like the Golden Freezers. I guess to be fair, non-Zamasu and Future Goku, when you're thinking about how to build the team, you probably are only going to be considering Golden Freezer for defense. I mean, Piccolo has Big Bad Bosses, right? Will probably work well-ish with the new units. outside of that, I guess, until we get proper new like Sin and Omega, because shame about what happened to this guy. But yeah, Battle of Fate I feel like doesn't really fit the Zamasu that well. Like, he's on the category obviously, but in terms of his leader skill, I don't know if that's going to be potentially a good option. And then very quickly, I just wanted to look at the medals. So remember, when a Dokkan Fest exclusive LR comes out, they have new medals, and then they awaken with medals of already existing versions of the characters. Now for Zamasu, we have the Tech Fusion Zamasu medals. We have the Physical Goku Black, we have the AGL Goku Black, the AGL Zamasu, Int Goku Black, and then the STR Rose. All of these medals were involved in some way, shape or form in the awakening for the Int Fusion Zamasu LR. Now, obviously, there's no corrupted Zamasu, right? The AGL Zamasu transforms into corrupted Zamasu at the end, but there are no medals that have just corrupted Zamasu on them. So I have seen some people say that he'll be the Dokkan Fest because we'll get a new event with medals that have, the actual medal will have the half purple Zamasu on it. But I mean, I can kind of see where they're coming from with that point, but I don't think it's necessary at all. Like, if he is the Carnival, he can just awaken with all of these medals that we've already showed. They could even just make him awaken with some of the medals from the actual Goku and Vegeta Dokkan event if they are the Dokkan Fest exclusive. So I don't think the medals really weigh into it, but I can imagine a lot of these will be involved, especially the actual like Zamasu ones themselves. Now, I'm not going to say pre-grind like a whole bunch of all of these medals already, because we don't know what they're going to be. We probably won't find out until the data download, which is going to be not long before the banners come out. So there's not going to be a huge amount of opportunity to pre-farm the medals for these guys. But that's what I think about for Zamasu. Let's move on to VEGITO and, well, Goku and Vegeta. Okay, so for Goku and Vegeta, now obviously this is the first blue Goku and Vegeta combo card that we are going to have in the game, because we do have obviously Super Saiyan God, Goku and Vegeta. I mean, I guess technically we do have blue, but only as like the transformed version of the gods. We have them as the SSR and TUR version of the physical LR blue boys. And then, of course, we have the exchange in Goku and Vegeta. And then once these guys awakened into an LR, they are Blue Kaioken and Blue Evolution. So this is going to be the first actual LR Blue Goku and Vegeta standalone that we're going to have. Because, I mean, yeah, we don't count the transformation one, right? So in terms of a leader skill for them, now obviously there are a few different options. I already mentioned with the Vegito one that I think Future Saga is a big possibility for either of the LRs. I think whichever one is the Dokkan Fest exclusive probably will have Future Saga as one of their 170s, although it isn't obviously necessary, but I think that would be cool to tie the celebration together, right, so that every one of the new units is on one team, but that's not necessarily going to happen. So one big one I think we could expect to see as one of their leader skills is the Fused Fighter category. So we haven't had a new leader for this since the actual 7th anniversary when the category was introduced, and the category, it's gotten a few buffs over time, could definitely do with some more big ticket units. And obviously these guys coming out are definitely a good step in the right direction, but we only have the one lead for it, so having another leader skill I think would be very good. If they were a Carnival LR, I could see this being the 200% leader skill, right, because then you can run a full team of any fusions that you want, all on the same team with a full 200% leader skill, so I could definitely see that. While some of these units are very powerful, like I say, the category has started to fall behind a little bit and does need some more buffs after this guy. So I think for a 200%, following the trend, as we already said, of how varied these 200% categories are, I feel like these fit the bill pretty well. So we could definitely see Fused Fighters as the 200% if they are the Carnival, or one of the 170s if they are the Dokkan Fest. If they are the Dokkan Fest, I don't know if I would see Fused Fighters as one of the 30%. I mean, maybe, but it'd be interesting to see how they do decide to do it, because if they limit it, depending what the 170s are, it's Fused Fighters kind of very much limits who's going to get the full 200% leader skill, right? So if they're a Dokkan Fest exclusive and Fused Fighters is involved in their leader skill, I imagine it would be one of the 170s. Now, one thing not to rule out, and I don't know how big of a possibility this is, I thought it just would be worth mentioning, but this unit will be on superheroes. So obviously superheroes could be a possibility as part of their leader skill. Again, it could be a 170. We've got the 2 units that released for New Year's, and they are the only 170 leads for the team. Or it could be a plus 30%, Could be kind of interesting depending on what they put the other 170s as, because if one of them is Future Saga, then obviously all the Future Saga Vegitos, like Trunks and that, they would all be on that full 200%. So superheroes could be involved in the leader skill. I don't know how high of a likelihood that is. I just wanted to mention it because obviously this unit will be on the superheroes category. So this team obviously has a lot of good units that would work well with them, a lot of other Realm of Gods characters and stuff. Like imagine when these guys get their Easy A. These guys will be super good being run alongside this new LR, you would imagine, right? So hopefully their Easy A is going to be good. So superheroes I could definitely see being involved in some way, although I think it's maybe one of the less likely out of all the options. Now, another one that I would absolutely love to see, because I feel like we do need a new leader, is Power Beyond Super Saiyan. So just like Fused Fighters, this was introduced in the 7th anniversary, and we've not had another leader for it. Now, I don't think they would ever do this. Well, I say ever. They're not going to do this too soon, because it would probably be the best team in the game. But imagine if they were a Carnival LR and their leader skill was just Power Beyond Super Saiyan 200%. Imagine a 200% team where you can run any and all of these characters and they all get the 200% leader skill. Now, the category is not massive, but some of the best units in the game are on here, right? All the Super Saiyan 4s are on here. Every God, every blue, like Super Saiyan 2s, like legendary Super Saiyan Broly's. Like this team as a full 200% would be crazy. So if he's a Carnival LR, I feel like this is the best choice, but I feel like maybe it's a little bit too powerful. But Power Beyond Super Saiyan, if they are a Dokkan Fest exclusive, Power Beyond Super Saiyan being one of their 170s, I think would be really cool. Imagine then having like Power Beyond Super Saiyan and Future Saga. And then the 30% on top of that, you know, you can argue amongst yourselves what you think ones would fit in best. But just having those two 170s, I think would be absolutely crazy. And then if one of the plus 30s was like superheroes, that would be so many of the God and Blue characters and then all the future art characters. That would be pretty insane. So Power Beyond Super Saiyan, I definitely think would be a top tier choice, whether they are a Dokkan Fest or a Carnival. And then next up we have Kamehameha. I thought this would be a good one to mention because looking at the units here that give the full leader skills and aren't like sub units, the newest unit on here is the LR Tech Gohan and Goku that came out for Golden Week over a year ago. And it's only a 150 leader skill. So this Gohan has the, did he get 180 after his EZA? He did, right? So he's the biggest standalone leader, but for now, obviously, we don't know if this unit will even be on Kamehameha, right? Because we know from the art and everything, double spirit sword, unique animation. But if he has a Kamehameha active skill, or if Goku does a Kamehameha before they fuse, then the unit will be on the Kamehameha category. I guess with them leaning into the marketing for the Spirit Sword and everything, maybe he won't be a Kamehameha lead, but definitely could be involved. Again, think of that as maybe even one of the plus 30s if we've got like 170 leads like Future Saga and Power Beyond Super Saiyan, and then Kamehameha being one of the plus 30% would obviously be pretty good as well. So Kamehameha, I feel like the unit will end up being on the category. I'm hoping they have that Fighters Vegito Blue Kamehameha animation where it flashes up with the Goku and Vegeta like overlaid over Vegito before he does it. I think that'd be super cool. And if he does have that, he'll be on the category. So that could be an interesting lead. And then just like Zamasu, we did mention Realm of Gods. I feel like Realm of Gods is a better fit for super characters for the leader skill anyway. And we have, you know, they're Realm of Gods and Pure Saiyans, so they're already on the 200% leader skill of like the Int Resurrection of F Blues. But we all know how badly that unit was received and how badly that unit has aged already. So having a new blue Goku and Vegeta to lead a Realm of Gods team, I think would be pretty good, especially in the future when we start getting like AGL UI and Int Blue Evolution EZAs for the 9th anniversary. That Realm of Gods team that is primarily comprised of like Goku and Vegeta and fusions is going to be incredibly powerful. So having these guys coming out now as a new Realm of Gods leader, I think would be quite interesting. It would be kind of interesting as one of their 30% as well. Like imagine if one of their leader skills was Power Beyond Super Saiyan 170 and then Realm of Gods was the 30. So even though all like the Super Saiyan 4s and Super Saiyan 2s get their 170, it would then be all the Gods and Blues that get the actual 200%. That'd be kind of interesting. The only one missing out on that would obviously be UI because he doesn't count as a Power Beyond Super Saiyan. But I think Realm of Gods could be interesting as if they were the Carnival as a 200% lead. I don't know if Realm of Gods would be my #1 pick for them, But I mean, I definitely could see it being an option. But I feel like for me personally, if they are a Carnival LR, Fused Fighter is probably most likely. Maybe Future Saga, like we said with Zamasu, or Power Beyond Super Saiyan would be the absolute most insane pick. Kamehameha, I feel like, could maybe be on the table as well for a 200% leader skill, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So now again, when it comes to the medals, just to go over them very briefly, we have this blue Goku and Vegeta medal that exists in the game already for the physical LR. The gods, obviously their medal is God, because that's what they are as the base card, so I don't think these would really be involved at all. And then we have the blue Vegeta, who's obviously from the future arc. We also have the medal for the blue Goku and Vegeta exchange unit. The medal is just Goku, so I could kind of see these two being involved potentially. Maybe this one is obviously a very different setting, but it is from Super, and it is Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta. And then, of course, we already have the existing VEGITO medals, the physical one, the tech one, and then even the LR, which obviously he transforms into blue. His medals are base. Maybe they'll be involved, maybe they won't. Because, I mean, even Fusion Zamasu, who, as an LR, even his SSR is Fusion Zamasu, the int one, but he still uses Goku Black, Zamasu, and Rose, like, and Corrupted Zamasu, all those. He uses all those medals, right? So, like I said at the beginning, or I said in the Zamasu one, I don't feel like the medals that exist in the game at the moment necessarily have a bearing on who will be the Dokkan Fest and who will be the Carnival. Whoever's the Dokkan Fest will get their own new medals and then use some combination of the existing medals for those characters, and then whoever the Carnival is will just use the existing medals for those characters, maybe the Dokkan Fest exclusive medals as well, but I don't think Goku did last year, so probably not, I'm not sure. In fact, I should double check. Goku didn't get his own Dokkan event. No, he didn't, did he? So yeah, it'll be a combination of the other medals that already exist. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Which unit are you the most hyped for? What do you think their leader skills will be? Which one will be the Carnival? Which one will be the Dokkan Fest? Let me know your thoughts down below. Which one will be which, and what would their leader skill be if you had to decide? I'm looking forward to seeing those in the comment section down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.